Big win on the road for the Ravens. I'm going to go through it drive by drive, according to my notes and according to some of the things I've watched on tape. I thought the first drive on offense, there was a play where the quarterback was too focused on 89. You see his escapability early and throughout this game. Really some amazing plays that ended up being just throwaways, but just highlighting his escapability. 43 on teams, special teams stood out to me today. That's Justice Hill. Great game today by Greg Roman. Great game. One thing I want to get off my chest, a little bit tired of hearing the Ravens fan base pitting the coordinator against the quarterback, or the quarterback against the organization, or the organization against the quarterback, as if there is a conspiracy against him to hold him down. I don't believe that. It's not that we as fans cannot criticize the coordinator or that he's above criticism, but this pitting of one against the other is getting old. Okay, back to drive number 2 offensively. This is where we see that staple, that counter bash begin to show up, and we saw it throughout the day, perhaps 4 or 5 times. Very, very successful today versus the Patriots defense. We also see J.K. Dobbins' first carry upon coming back from injury. It's an outside zone call. Linderbaum stands out on this. Very effective sealing on a double team with the right guard. Great climb, getting on the linebacker and sealing there as well. Following the Dobbins run, we have this great call on 2nd and 7, sort of a triple option RPO where we leak Mark to the flat, put this defender in a bind, end up picking 12 yards up. It's about this point that McCary goes down and they bring in Fa'alele, which is a big jump to a guy that's never played that position. As far as I know, he was exclusively a right tackle in college, and a big position to be put into. Overall, he held up well. He did struggle early. I believe there were 2 quarterback sacks given up and some pressures, but they did a better job protecting him as the game wore on, and I think he got more comfortable. I think played as well as can be expected on the edge. Back to drive number 2, another run by Dobbins. I think a 3-yard pickup on power. You see a nice find of the quarterback late, finding McCary and getting down to inside the 6-yard line, I think. Patrick Ricard is playing his butt off these last 2 weeks. Just dominant as a blocker. We see that later in another drive, just 3 very impactful plays in a row by him. Very, very good game by Pat Ricard. And then you get a shovel call to Mark Andrews, the first of 4 touchdowns by the quarterback. Third offensive drive starts on a shovel pass to 80, right off the heels of the touchdown shovel to Andrews. Notice Oliver helping on the left tackle side, doing a nice job out there. Fourth offensive drive is the interception. There's at least one false start by Moses on that. Again, we see a lot of those wild escapes by Lamar. Then we see Lamar find the back. That's Dobbins on the sideline. Great protection, one-on-one protection by Pat Ricard. Then we see guard halfback counter. Again, Justice Hill, who runs very, very hard throughout the game. Very evasive in the open field. Showed good quickness hitting the hole. Was a standout in this game for sure. We'll follow that up with power read. We see that on our screen right now. Again, you see Ricard big on this drive, sealing this block. Lamar sees that, reads that block, cuts it inside. He is following Zeitler and then cuts that inside Pat's block. You see that here for a big gain. So the run game is really, really clicking at this point, and it absolutely took strides in this game. We do get a chance to see Dobbins with a nice spin move to get out of a tackle. Only picks up 3, but really nice to see that, as he could have been taken down for a loss, I think, right at the line of scrimmage or in the backfield. Then we see just a great play by Andrews coming through a pass interference and just out fighting for that football. The ball is underthrown, and Mark makes a great play on it. Second half, the offense was just so much fun to watch. You can see that the quarterback is in total control. And I thought the play calling, the play caller, and the quarterback are perfectly synced this entire half. I'll start with the touchdown. As we see on our screen, which I thought was an exceptional throw. The reason I picked this picture is you can see the quarterback reading this coverage, understanding that he has a mesh of sorts coming across Oliver and Andrews, and he's really gauging the distance here of this defensive back or this linebacker. You might remember on this touchdown, he hits Oliver, or the ball is behind or appears behind Oliver. That's on purpose. You're seeing a quarterback in complete control. I thought this was an exceptional throw. Go back to the beginning of this drive. You see Hill on an outside zone call. Linderbaum, I thought, was great. Really looking good in space in this game. 43, again, played with great vision, ran hard for the most part all day. Pat Ricard on this drive is kicking butt, playing great. On the next offensive drive, we see a great return by Duvernay, a big run by Lamar on power read. A lot of that set up by the counter bash gives. Another great throw by the quarterback. That confidence and that rapport now starting to build between he and Duvernay in the end zone. A really wonderful throw. Great body control by the receiver as well. On the next offensive drive, I thought the quarterback made a nice throw, deep throw to Bateman. It looked to me that Bateman left his feet a little early for that football instead of running through. Fifth offensive drive, I thought the quarterback made a great throw across his body and on the move, only to have Bateman stripped. This is the second time in 3 weeks we've seen Bateman stripped. On the last offensive drive, put the game away. The time in the pocket for the quarterback continued. The run game looked good, largely on the legs of the quarterback on this particular drive. He scored on another bash counter read. A big part of the game plan today. A very effective part of the game plan. Offensive standouts for the day. Quarterback Lamar Jackson, tight end Mark Andrews. Hill for how he stepped up today, the running back. Tucker hitting a 56-yard field goal was big at that part of the game. And though he isn't a player, I'll put Greg Roman in there as well. I'll talk briefly about the defense. I feel I've been talking for a while. First drive defensively, and we see this on our screen. Patrick Queen does a good job navigating in this twist with the rookie Kyle Hamilton, the traffic in the backfield, and getting a sack on 3rd down and 8. Hamilton did a great job pulling the running back inside, as well as I think the left guard. So taking on 2 or taking 2 away so that Patrick could get the sack, or helping Patrick get the sack. I thought the defense gave up too much on the ground tonight or today. A lot of stuff up the middle. Saw the rookie get moved by double teams. 49, who they just brought on as an outside linebacker, I thought did a decent job getting pressure. You saw that on the second drive. There were a couple plays. Linebackers, I thought Malik Harrison and Patrick Queen had an opportunity to make plays at the line of scrimmage or in the backfield, and they both missed a tackle. I thought Patrick's was on an outside zone call where he shot a gap and was in position to make a play and did not do it. Malik did not wrap up properly, I think, on a little dump off. The guy ended up picking up 7 or 8. Perhaps the defensive play of the game, or maybe even the play of the game, came at 5:35 of quarter 4. And that was Hamilton, the rookie, the much maligned rookie, making a big play on that strip. Good hustle, violent punch of the football, and just a great play. That's good to see him, a great confidence builder for him as well. Matabike had a great pressure / sack where he got the quarterback by his ankles, did a good job taking on and beating the guard. Just a very good effort play, and it's good to see him get another sack. A lot of stuff being given up across the middle of the field. Again, not much pressure on the quarterback. You do see a little bit more in the way of blitzing by the coordinator. The defense is a work in progress. Sorry about being so brief on the defense, but all in all, a good win today.